My name is Grace Oba, and I'll be taking you on economics. Today, we'll be looking at the topic demand and supply of money under the theme money, inflation, and deflation. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at the demand for money, various motives for holding money, elementary quantity theory of money, the supply of money, determinants of the supply of money, and the value of money and the price level. We all know what money is. I'm sure in the course of this subject, you must have learned what money is. To remind us, money is anything that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange and for the settlement of debt. Now let's take a look at the demand for money. The demand for money is the desire people have to hold money. It is the amount of money which people within an economy wish to hold in the form of cash. The money people desire to hold as cash at hand. For instance, when people earn salary, there is an amount of money they save in the bank, and there is an amount they hold back. That amount is the cash at hand. That money, they use it to meet some demands. And that is what we understand by demand for money. The cash people hold at hand. People hold money for different reasons. Let's take a look at some of the motives or reasons why people hold money. One of the reasons why people hold money is for transaction motive. Another is for precautionary motive and for speculative motive. Looking at transaction motive, people hold money for their day-to-day activities and for the purchase of what? Goods and services. For instance, your dad or your mom has earned her salary for the month. Take, for instance, your dad. He fuels his car, he buys clothes for you, and the rest. So this is known as transaction motive. People hold money to meet their daily activities. Then precautionary motive. People hold money to meet unforeseen circumstances that may arise. That is to say that they did not plan for it. For instance, someone might fall ill in the family. There might be a domestic accident or something. So this fund or this cash that is held at hand is used to meet such demands. Because a sick person might end up being hospitalized, or the disaster or crisis that might arise in the home might result to one spending money. For instance, your mobile phone gets damaged. You will need to fix it. That is what is known as precautionary motive. Okay, look at the image here. This is a marketplace. You can see the woman on red. She is buying meat. And this is the transaction motive of holding money. That is day-to-day activities, making daily payment for goods and services. Here you can see the man lying on the sick bed. This is also one of the reasons why we hold money for what? Precautionary motive. Someone might fall ill in the family. You can see he's an elderly man. He might be a grandfather to someone. So he has to go to the hospital to receive treatment. And that is the precautionary motive for holding money. Now we look at the speculative motive. People hold money to take advantage of business opportunities. For instance, people can choose to buy shares at a cheaper rate and sell when the price is high. That way they make profit, taking advantage of business opportunities. Like our example here, one can choose to buy shares, or companies can choose to sell shares. So if a person has cash at hand, he or she will take advantage of that opportunity to buy shares, to get involved in the business, or to even acquire a property. That is the speculative motive for holding money. Here we can see in our image that the house has just been sold. It is a good business. It might be that it's something that just came up. The owner of the house needs to sell this house. And because he has money handy, he made the money available to purchase the house. That is speculative motive. Now we're going to take a look at the elementary quantity theory of money. The quantity theory of money looks at the quantity of money in circulation in relation to the price level. What does the theory state? The theory states that an increase in the quantity supply of money in circulation will bring about a proportionate increase in the price level. What are we saying here? That an increase in the quantity supply of money will bring about an increase in the prices of goods and services. This theory came about in the 16th century and was later modified by the monetary school of thought, or the monetary school of economics, which was headed by Irving Fisher. Then he came up with an equation, which we are going to take a look at. The quantity equation of exchange. He came up with this theory to determine the relationship between the quantity theory of money and the price level. In this equation, we have M times V equals P times T. And what does this mean? This means that M is equal to money supply. V is equal to the velocity of circulation of money. That is the amount of time money moves from hand to hand. Then P stands for the general price level. T equals the volume of transaction within a given period. So how does this thing relate? If V and T is held constant, that is, they don't change, an increase in the quantity of money will bring about an increase in what? Price. I don't know if you get that. Let's look at it another way. If there is so much money in circulation to the extent that people now buy more, they demand more, the available goods will not be able to meet up with this demand. And this will bring about an increase in price. And that's why we are saying that an increase in what? Money supply will bring about a corresponding increase in what? Price. The general price level. Now we'll take a look at the supply of money. What do we understand by the supply of money? The supply of money refers to the total amount of money in circulation within what? A given period. This comprises of all forms of money, which include banknotes, coins, and bank deposits. Here you can see these are different Naira notes of different denomination. You have the 20 Naira, the 5 Naira, the 10 Naira, 15 Naira, 20, and the rest of them. Here you have a buck of money, 1,000 Naira notes, still racked together. Now we'll take a look at the determinants of the supply of money. One of the determinants of the supply of money is bank rate. This is the rate of interest which the central bank charges financial institutions and commercial banks. If the rate of interest is high, it will affect bank lending to individuals. Reserve requirement or cash reserve. This is the ratio or the percentage of money that the commercial bank or financial institution are expected to hold back. If the reserve requirement ratio is high, it will reduce the amount of money the commercial banks have, which will reduce their lending to the public. The central bank reserve. This is the amount of money the central bank have in stock. If the money the central bank have in stock is high, it will be able to give out money to the commercial banks and financial institutions. But if it's on the low side, it will affect the lending of financial institutions and the commercial bank. Then the condition of the economy. How is the economy? If there is crisis in the economy, if the economy is faced with disaster, for instance, earthquake, the central bank will have to increase the supply of money to meet up with the situation. For instance, when there's a crisis like war or natural disaster, the central bank has to pump money into the economy. That way, people will have money to spend and goods and services won't be in what? Shortage. That is to say that they are pumping money into production or aiding the production of goods and services. Now we'll take a look at the value of money and price level. We want to look at the relationship. How do they relate? How do they affect each other? The value of money refers to the quantity of goods and services money can buy. For instance, if you have an amount like 50 naira, how much of goods or how much worth of goods can 50 naira get for you? That is what the value of money is all about. In other words, it can also be seen as the purchasing power of money. If the value of money is high, the purchasing power of money will also increase. Then talking about the price level. The price level measures the general prices of what? Goods and services in a given period. It measures the general price level of what? Goods and services in a given period. Now, we are not talking of a single price level of one product. We are looking at general, the price level for different goods and what? Commodities, as well as services. So how do we relate the two? How do they relate to each other? Let's take a look. When the price level is generally high, the value of money will be low. That is, when the price of goods and services are on the high side, it will affect what? The value of money. That is to say that money won't be able to buy much. You cannot do much with money. Here, let's take a look at it again. Say the value of money is measured by the quantity of goods and services it can buy. If money cannot buy much, you will say that its value is low. But when you can buy much with a little amount of money, we will say that the value of money is high. And as well, you can say that the purchasing power of money is high. Now, say higher prices reduces the purchasing power of money. Like we said earlier, when the price of goods are high, it reduces the value of money. You go to the market with an amount of money that you used to use back then to buy so much, now you can only acquire very little with it, meaning the value of the money has dropped. The value of money and price level, in other words, is said to be inversely related. They are inversely related. A general fall in price level will lead to the appreciation of money. That is, when the price of goods and services fall, the value of money will increase. Take, for instance, an amount like 1,000 naira. You can go to the market with 1,000 naira and you can buy several foodstuffs. But when it is vice versa, that is to say that an increase in the price level will bring about a depreciation of what? Money. That is, if the price level is high, that 1,000 naira, you cannot use it to get much in the market. It can only buy few items. So here, we will say that the relationship between the value of money and the price level are what? Inversely related. Looking at our scale here, let's look at a practical example. Here we have what? The price level. And here we have the value of what? Money. You can see that when the price level increases, the value of money what? Drops. This is a practical example. In other words, the money does not have what? Much value. You cannot buy much with a stated amount of money. Then vice versa. If it goes this other way, you say that when the price level reduces, the value of money what? Increases. Meaning that with little amount of money, you'll be able to buy so much goods and services. I hope we've learned something today. Let's take a quick recap of all we have done today. We looked at the demand for money, that it is the desire to hold money in the form of what? Cash. People hold money for transaction motive, precautionary motive, and speculative motive. The elementary quantity theory of money states that increase in the quantity supply of what? Money in circulation will bring about a proportionate increase in the price level. Supply of money refers to the total amount of money in what? Circulation within what? A given period. The supply of money can be determined by the bank rate, the reserve requirement, central bank reserve, and the condition of the economy. The value of money and price level are inversely related. A general fall in the price level will lead to the appreciation of money and vice versa. Hope you've learned something today. Let's take our question. There are three motives why people hold money. There are the transaction, dash, and speculative motive. Is it A, participatory, B, inventory, or C, precautionary motive? What is the answer? Our answer is C, precautionary motive. We have three motives for holding money. That is the transaction motive, the precautionary motive, and the speculative motive. Hope you enjoyed today's class. Hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.